Thank you very much, Coordinator. Very big mouthful that is said. So, comrades, what we want the university to do in good faith is to allow students who owe less than 200,000 to register. And that will not fix the issue of historical debt, as my brother has said, is at 300 million plus. The issue of historical debt should be fixed by the Department of Higher Education alongside with the university. At some point in 2017, the department gave over 970 something million. And it was called a phase 1 project in the attempt of fixing the historical debt. The problem there was that this was put in place for students who only started university in 2018. So it means that the students that came before university, before 2018, have no assistance from government, have no assistance from Updating Zimande and the National Student Financial Aid Scheme. We are calling for the attainment of free education, but at this point, we want the university to register students. Ours is 3 comrades. We want students to register, we want students to be accommodated, and we want students to graduate. You cannot deny a student to graduate because they owe the university. Where are they going to work? You hear the university saying that there is bad debt and the students who are not paying them back. How can you pay back the university if it doesn't give you your degree in order for you to go and work? And this is not only at Wits University. Different universities hold students ransom. After spending a lot of money trying to attain your degree, they hold you ransom and you can't go and find employment. It has been known now, comrades, that NSFAS is going to defund students of different study codes, including education and nursing. We reject that full-heartedly. Blade Nzimande cannot exclude students based on him thinking that the course is important or not. Education is very important. Teachers are needed in our society. Nursing is very important. The pandemic has exposed how we need healthcare workers in our country. So how do you then defund such people? The classes, when you go to townships, when you go to Alex, you find a class with 60 people, 70 people, taught by one teacher. The ratio in government schools is 1 to 40. And we are told that there is no need for teachers. There is a need for teachers, and there is a need for the Department of Basic Education to build more schools, to build more infrastructure, and hire more teachers. There's a need for the class numbers to go down so that more teachers are hired and students are not exposed, learners are not exposed to the pandemic. You can't be 14 in a class or 15 in a class. There is a need for teachers, there is a need for all those degrees that the minister says there's no need for. And I'm calling on all education students across the country to fasten their boots. I'm calling all the healthcare workers, the nurses, all the student organizations, education campus. I'm calling on all the student activists. It's here on campus. I'm calling on Professor Marenge, the head of School of Education, to stand up and say there's nothing that is going to happen at education campus if our degrees are on the line, if our profession is on the line. This is an attack to education, this is an attack to nursing, and it's an attack that is going to see a lot of students out of university. I think now, comrades, it should be said very clearly, we're not going to accept any defunding of students. And this has started a long time ago. The CEO of NSFAS, Andile Nongo, and his friend Blade Nzimande last year defunded 5,000 students, plus 5,000 students, in the middle of the year, after they were told that they were going to be funded in January. Come the middle of the year, you are defunded. You have now historical debt. They want to do the same thing with first-time entering first years, who had applied last year to be using NSFAS to go to these area codes that are now seen or deemed as not important. We won't allow our students to come to the university and the first thing they do is to sign themselves to debt. A student who doesn't have funding for 2021 will not be able to register next year in 2022. So we should stop this thing now. When the students are coming in, I had IEB has gotten their results back. And the students are going to start flooding in. They are going to start flooding in from next week. And the Department of Basic Education, the government schools where we are from, will be receiving their results. They should know that when they come to the university, in all campuses, specifically here at Wits University, they'll find fighters on the ground, making sure that they register, making sure that they get accommodation. The students that have historical debt, my brother has said it loud and clear, there should be a way for you to register. And we are pleading at this point with the university to allow students to register. The funds will come. The funds will come. But the university should not hold students ransom on the basis of them not being able to access funds for them to register. The Department of Higher Education has once again went to advise universities to increase the fees by 4.5%. How do you increase the fees in a time of a pandemic, where the universities themselves did not spend much on the academic program? Moving from physical to online saved the university's money. For Wits University, the data that was used, MTN came to board, Vodacom came to board to come and assist. There was no wear and tear. You are not sitting in a classroom on a chair. You can't break it and the university needs to maintain it. There was no maintenance. There was no water that was bought. There was no electricity that was used. But the university wants to come and increase the fees now. If the university wants to increase the fees, they should come and open their books and show us where they lost money. Big companies and big business did not lose money in the pandemic. The people who lost money are our parents that are now expected to come with the 50% in order for us to come and register. The university did not lose any money. They've been saying they lost money, but there's no proof of that. There's a scaffold there at the Great Hall. They are building, they're doing new things, but they don't have money. There are new cars for campus control, incentivizing them so that when we go and say, please register us at Fees Office, they come and move us. The university should stop exploiting us. The academic year is going to start. We do not want to fight with anyone. We want the students to come and register. But if we are forced, if needs be, we'll come and show them how to register the students and when to register the students. Closing of registration, comrades, is next week. And still, we have a huge number of students that have not registered for the year of study. These are the students that are going to be forgotten because they can't even physically come to campus and fix their issues. We have tried. The Sizofunda Ngenkani campaign has worked for 2 weeks now. We have registered some students. We have fought for students to come into accommodation. And we are telling you that the online system has shown to not be fruitful in what we want to see happening. Comrades, we remain very dedicated to the call for free, quality, decolonized education. We remain very dedicated to that. And what the Minister of Higher Education and what NSFAS is doing is actually reversing those gains. At this point, I'm calling to all student activists around the country, those who are still in universities and those who are not in universities, to come back and see and defend the little gains that we have of free education. Students are being defunded. External accommodations are charging exorbitant prices. Internal accommodations don't want to bring students back. People have historical debt they can't register. Where is the free education that we want? Thank you.
Thank you.